It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, if your news feed is making you feel slightly anxious, perhaps guilty, envious, or even stressed, don't worry, you are not alone, especially if you are a woman, a recent study has shown. Now, the study was conducted by the Pew Research Institute that reported stress was contagious via social media, particularly for the fairer sex who are more sensitive to what they call the cost of caring. Now, with us in studio to chat about this phenomenon and what we can do is psychologist Dr. Eve. And it's been such a while since we've had you on the show.
I know.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited, I have to tell you, because my book is coming out in June.
Lovely.
And I've just got international rights. It's been published through the USA and the entire world.
Excellent.
So we're going to be talking a lot about cyber infidelity and online stuff.
Good things. And
Yes.
speaking of that, I mean,
Yeah.
social media was made to connect us a little bit more, make us feel like we're a part of each other's lives. And here we are saying that it's actually causing stress. How so?
We are so involved with what we're doing and how to then relate it to the rest of the world. And then what we're doing is we're comparing ourselves to what other people are experiencing as well. And there have been really important studies that have come out around youth, which is obviously where the focus should be, because
Yes.
that's where prevention work starts. And they are feeling unbelievably stressed every time that they get onto Facebook or Twitter today, and Instagram is what they're really following, and finding that actually they're not as pretty, or they're not doing as cool things, and that they're not socializing in a way that other people are. So they're feeling incredibly unhappy and stressed to be out of the loop of what the rest of their peer group are doing. If we then look at adult people as well, there's a comparator that's going on all the time as well. What are other people achieving? Because now it's all out in the open. So people are really putting up their statuses. I mean, there's really something interesting as well, is the whole status thing on Facebook.
Yes.
It's like, how do I announce to the world what my relationship status is, or what kind of my work status is? And
Is it in between? Is it complicated?
Exactly.
Is it official?
Exactly. I wish that we do. In fact, Facebook are becoming quite creative around giving us more categories around it, which is just fantastic.
It's not helping anyone.
So you're not only living your own life, but you're living it via what other people are considering to be normal or abnormal. And you're in a constant state of stress of, how do I then position myself to be seen, to be acceptable, and to be kind of normal?
Why do we care so much, though?
Exactly. Why do we care about what other people think about us? I think it's a common human way of being in the world. We do care. We need status in the world. If we don't have status, we don't feel loved.
Wow.
So having status is really important.
And then this study showed that women scored 14% higher in terms of stress measure. So why is it that females are more prone to stress when it comes to social media?
I think it's more that females are sitting on social media much more than what men are. The incidence of women, for example, cheating online is much higher than what men is. So they are there, they have more time, and also they're integrating it because they can multitask. So even if they are working, they have much more need to be able to connect with people. It's part of our survival as women. You have to be able to connect to keep alive, to help with the survival of children. So women are way more busy on social media, and therefore the comparison of what other people are doing is very vivid, and the pressure to keep performing, the pressure to keep up with what's going on can cause enormous amount of stress. And we have great evidence to prove as well that stress leads to massive lifestyle diseases.
Oh, my goodness. And so how do we then begin to control, or perhaps even limit, the amount of time that we spend on social media?
There is just really interesting programs that are available to stop people from being on social media so often. I don't believe in
Are they
them.
social media-based programs, or
They
something
are
to
like,
do with your
stay off
device?
for the week, stay off for the week, stay off for the month, go clean, become like celibate on your social media, like social media celibacy. I don't think it's useful at all. I think the way that we have to do is to educate ourselves, to be able to manage our impulses more, to be able to live in your life in the moment much more than living through other people, or exploring and showing off your world to everybody else. I don't think we ever need to get rid of social media. I think it's fabulous, but we do need to be living in our lives.
Yes.
And having less anxiety and lower self-esteem, especially young people, that I'm always comparing and having to be present.
I found that switching off my data and only relying on free Wi-Fi out there helps me quite a lot. So maybe you might want to take that on board. Because when it comes to stress, oh my goodness, we do know that it is a killer. So if social media is stressing you out, go out, take a walk in the park, or climb a tree or something, you know. It might make the world of difference to you. Thank you very much, Dr. Eve. And of course, we do know that stress can also lead to the early signs of aging in your skin. And if your skin is starting to feel the effects of changing, but in terms of the seasons, then this next skincare tip is just for you from Elizabeth Arden, which have come up with the perfect, it's come up at the perfect time. And today we learned just how to adjust our skincare regime to suit with the drier winter months.